I am Sue Greenwell with Awakened Stories, recently chipped out of Alcatraz. I should say that. I'm here today with John Kennedy Jr., a real live version of John Kennedy Jr. and King Smarty at the same time. Whoa, what a privilege.
What's up? What's up?
How you
Let's
guys?
go.
Yeah. So we're going to talk about everything before, and then we will talk about the penance toward the end of our video today. All right?
Yep.
All right. So who wants to start?
Go ahead, Johnny Boy. Let's go.
Okay, I just checked my mail. I got a lion named Mojo. She's awesome. I think they've taken her down off of TikTok. I don't know how many times, but she keeps coming back. Anyway, she's got a stepdaughter, and her daughter sent me these to put on the trailer. If you can see that right there.
Yeah.
Awesome.
That's from her stepdaughter. It says, autism isn't a choice, but an acceptance is. And then she sent me these to put on the trailer. Mojo's son is autistic, I believe. And her daughter wanted me to put these on, and I'm proud to put these on the trailer and support them. This one says, autism doesn't define me, I define autism. But some really cool stickers are going on the trailer. Mojo is awesome, and I'm so happy to share.
Awesome. Awesome.
That is awesome. That is awesome. Did you guys see my post that I posted the other day, a few days ago? We're doing a autism walk in New York, and I ordered 10,000 small stickers that says autism cure. So eventually, eventually it will be. We will have the cure for it, the reversing of it all, and we're going to start the process and awareness of all the frequency work that we do. So we're behind all of the major movements happening all around the world.
Right.
Everything needs to be reversed, and the people need to receive healings everywhere.
Yeah. You know that they've known for years that autism is created by the vaccines and the food dyes and the other stuff. They don't care because it's such a big money maker.
That's true.
And MK Ultra and the government programs, they've, over the years, like in the 80s, they literally made me go crazy. I was going mad. And my son, I know he dealt with it, with the situation he was in, and it totally screwed up his mind. It really did. But things need to change drastically. They really need to change.
He just had a ferry pass by.
We have a government that's a murder crime ring, straight up. They are the most evil criminals in the world. And they're covering me up. They're covering my story up, and we're gonna get justice. We are.
Right.
Yeah. So also to add to that, I remember when I first started doing healing work and energy work, most of the military personnel's children were the first ones with the autism.
Oh.
Because those are the ones that were targeted. Because if your parents serve for the country, we don't want you to serve for the country. So a lot of people don't understand that these our enemies are calculated murderers, if you would. So
yeah. I experienced, so much of their mind control and their games, their torture. Just thinking about it gives me the freaking chills. What they did, some of the stuff they've done to me, and it all needs to change. It really does.
It's changing.
And,
it's changing.
Smarty's dog tag right here helps every day.
Right.
Yeah. So I'll start by saying this. Those of you that don't know me, I'm King Smarty. I have abilities to see interdimensional remote view and energy signatures. You can't tell me that John is not who he says he is. because I can read his DNA and I can see his energy signature. The energy signature from the child photo to him right here live is the same fucking energy signature. So you can't tell me that he's telling me and telling everybody that he's not who he says he is, okay? That's first and foremost. Second, we have all the frequencies to reverse the problems as far as the PTSD problems he was experiencing, which is why you see the man changing right before you. Okay? So
Right.
I'm back in John 100,000%. B is, Daddy is, the Jedi's are, and we're the force to be reckoned with, okay?
Right. And
Love
every
it. Love it.
every time we've done a video since you've received the products, John, I've commented pretty much on how you're looking better and better and healthier and more robust. And you've been using Smarty's products, many of them well, they're all passive in this case. You've just
Right.
placed them around your home, they're on your water bottle, your whatever you're wearing the pendant.
They're on everything. Robin has stuck them all over the
Yeah.
refrigerator. They're you can see right here, right behind.
Yeah.
Yeah.
They don't go off. They don't. She never turns them off.
Yeah.
That's our night lights. They're awesome.
Yeah. But
Awesome.
so we have witnessed how, like, I think when we started first talking, and maybe I'm wrong here, you had like your heart was at say 10% efficiency or something, and now you're at like 50+% efficiency.
Yeah, it's been a couple months that they checked me out,
Yeah.
but my doctor said she thought I was getting better because my heart doctor wanted to put a stent pacemaker, one of those things in my heart that goes under my skin and all that. And my doctor was like, I think you're getting better. I don't think you need that. So they gave me the test and it was up from 10% to 50%. So I went to the heart doctor and the heart doctor said, I don't know what you're freaking doing, but you don't need to be here. He said, come back in 6 months or whatever it was. I was like,
Yeah.
cool.
Yeah, yep. And I even told John that would happen. I get it. At first, he was a little hesitant. Who's this fucking guy talking all this crazy shit, right? And then I told him what was going to happen, and we pushed everything through. We got him a clean bill of health, and we even made sure they paid the man. So everything that he requests, he's getting. He requested the other day he wants his $1 billion family inheritance. Well, guess what? He's getting that shit too.
Yeah, I wasn't familiar with the frequencies. When King sent me that box, I had no clue. I had absolutely no clue. And then after he explained it to me, and Robin went to the website and did the research and everything, I've seen it everywhere. I see videos on frequencies and healing, and it's like it just popping out at me. But I didn't know. You know, I had a near-death experience years and years ago where I literally died, and I know we're energy, but yeah, after it was explained to me, it makes a whole lot of sense.
Right. And so you can think of frequencies, like what a sine wave is, it goes up and down like a little wave. And like, so let's say Smarty creates an anti whatever buster. It kind of follows the sine wave with the same frequency with the reverse frequencies, if that makes any sense. So it cancels it out. That's kind of how it works. Yeah.
Yep.
Think of the noise canceling headphones, how they work. Kind of the same concept. But
yeah, I wore this one. King told me this was for my Look at me shake.
Yep.
He said this was for my post-traumatic stress disorder. I traded it in for this one because it's got my picture on it, but it's still got the frequencies on the back. So, I hold on to it, and it stops my shaking too.
Yeah. So when you think in terms of energy work, a remote control, nobody, not I can't say nobody, but a lot of people don't fully understand how your remote control changes your channel, right? So the remote is the frequency device, and the TV is the receiver. Okay, so that being said, I'm the frequency device, and all of y'all are the receivers. So whatever needs to be done, I just broadcast my frequencies and energies, and shit just happens. So once everybody starts understanding that we are energetic beings and that we can manifest our reality, and that some of us can't die no matter what the fuck we went through, our purpose is to understand all this and then reinforce the changes that need to occur, which is exactly what's happening right now. John can't be killed. Sue can't be killed. I can't be killed. And we can't be arrested either for all those weirdos out there talking that shit. Okay?
They don't want to arrest John. Don't want to arrest John. That's for dang sure.
Right.
That's how they've used me, for so long.
Right.
But yeah, what you were just saying, it reminds me of the TV set. When you turn on the TV, it's like, how do they get that picture from a radio TV station, 100 miles away?
Exactly.
Yeah.
So, and to get down to the nitty gritty, this whole entire earth is based off of spells. No matter how you look at it, you can call them good or bad. It's spells, literally. So, being that we're energies and frequencies, we're literally in an energetic war, if you understand what I'm saying. Which is why they say things like love and light and darkness and evilness and blah blah blah. Those are all frequencies. So depending on what realm you're operating in, of course, the higher frequencies are the most powerful, which are love, genuine, honesty. Those are much, much powerful than the lower, I was about to say denoms, but the lower dimensional frequencies, which makes us more powerful, and then we just cover it all. And then that's literally what we're doing to the entire planet. We're all exposing everything, whether it has to do with John's dad being assassinated, whether it has to do with the fraudulent banking system, which is all combined, which it have to do with the UFO, Area 51, David Adair stuff, blah, blah, blah. All of it is being exposed. Mainly the fact that our children are being taken, violated like they did Johnny Boy, and then put through meat grinders and then shipped off planet. This is what they literally been doing to us. So all of this shit is over, and this is the beginning. This is the beginning of the end for them. They never expected us to form the way we're forming right now, and we're backed by our dad, our God, our Father, right? So that's why we call him Daddy, because he's our Father, and he's backing us, and he's protecting us. Just like John, we all have stories that near-death experience. Y'all heard about some of mine. You heard about some of his. You read some of his. That being said, go get his book. All of this is happening to wake the people up, because we're getting ready to usher in a new reality where all the bullshit fades away and we get what we want. Freedom from the cabal, from the reptilian hierarchies, etc. That's where we're going with it all. Once we got some of those stages completed, and they're being completed as we speak, then we start the healing process where we walk into the chambers and get our everlasting bodies and get repaired and then get back to work. So that's one of the reasons why some of us can't be killed, because we're stuck here to make sure this shit happens. You could throw an atomic bomb at us right now. We still gonna be alive like cockroaches, okay?
It's gonna hurt though, man. It's gonna hurt.
He said it's gonna hurt. Well, it's been hurting, but
yeah.
With that, all the pain and suffering is ending. So I'm excited about it all.
Yeah. I was just sitting here listening and thinking, the shadow government that's running, the cabal that's running things. When I was young, they literally have the mindset that they can take a human and enslave them. And I'm a great example of how they did it. But that's their mindset. And we need to totally get rid of those people that think they can enslave we the people.
Yeah, it's already happening, brother. You can you can rest assured it's already happening. We're literally walking into the full disclosure of it all, and everything that was taken from you will be returned, and I'm the guarantee of that. If you understand what I'm saying.
Amen to
So
that.
Yeah. Yeah.
it is what it is.
So he has been following his mission, and that's my thought. He's been doing what he's supposed to do by getting this story out. That's his mission. Am I correct?
That's my goal.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Absolutely. That's why that's one of the reasons why I helped with dependents, because we all see him struggling to buy the books and then help and give them away, right? So why not I do something for him that I didn't ask for no money. I did it out of my kindness of my heart, right? Made him a pendant. He's able to benefit from it, and people are now being able to purchase a pendant that they can wear all day long. You can't carry a fucking book with you all day. Okay? Just saying. So now you got a talk piece. And I know what it's like, because when I wear my own pendants, people say, "Ooh, what is that? What's So now he's got his own little talk piece, and everybody around the world is about to find out of John Jr., the real John Jr. So
Yeah.
it's exciting to see, if you ask me.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's totally awesome. It's totally awesome.
I don't even have one. I don't even have one.
You don't have one?
No, I said, look, they manufacture them, and I said, send it straight to my brother, and they said, okay. That's it.
I actually sent one of each kind, a small and a large, to Sue. She should be getting it anytime.
All right, cool. I'll take the silver one, Sue.
Wait, the price went way up.
there you go. There you go. And
Well,
also is to help him too, like financially, because we all see him struggling, and
yeah.
the president's son shouldn't ever have to struggle, especially how good his father was, right? Well, we need to change everything, and that's what we're doing.
Yeah.
Period.
Yeah. We're going to find out what did happen to his father and why. Like we know that they're hiding documents and things, but they don't even know the true story, is my guess.
Well, it had to involve with the off-worlders, the mafia, the Vatican. They're all involved. That's why we named them Cabal, because they're all a part of the same fucking group.
Yeah. Yeah.
Even the fact
I learned quite a bit growing up.
Right.
Like you said, the Vatican and the CIA, and it's huge. They build these, they get these children. That's the whole thing with the Catholics, with that big lawsuit they had of molesting children. They were actually, what that was, they don't explain it, but what that was, they were building an army of children to do their evil deeds. That's
Right.
exactly what they did. They give them the panda eyes, like they did me when I was young. And they build these kids up to do their evil deeds in the future.
Yep. Because what they do is they violate them through the backside, and then that fractures their psyche, and then they're able to program them like the Manchurian Candidate. So what John is saying is 100% accurate. I mean, not to mention, unfortunately, when he speaks about certain things, I can view it because I have the abilities to go space, time, dimension, anywhere, and I can view the shit that he went through, and I it's like, not cool at all. Not cool at all.
I think I was probably maybe 5, and I was violated. And this is a good example. Somebody picked me up from the school, the church. After that, I got in the car and I was like, my butt hurts. They hurt me. And what they were talking about, when I told them that, they said, that's the way we do things.
Not cool at all. And
so
that's literally what they are.
That's the mindset of these people that are running our government. That's their mindset.
Yeah. And you can see how pretty much all the celebrities, the influencers, a lot of them are inverted. So like we think they're glamorous women and they're men, or vice versa. It's crazy, crazy.
It's huge what they
To
do.
me, it's fraudulent. They're not disclosing who they really are. Now, who really cares what they are, but why are they hiding it? Well, there's always an agenda, you know?
Well, one thing I learned of what they do also is they change the sexes. They'll get Tom, or I don't know what would be a good example of a man's name to a lady's name. But
Tammy,
anyway,
Tommy, Tammy.
yeah, they'll get
Victor,
Tom, and
Victor,
then they'll make
Victoria.
Tom Tammy, but Tom's the one holding all the resources, all the funds. And now Tom still can go to the bank and cash out the millions that they're hiding under Tom's name. But now in public, it's Tammy. I know that was done a couple of times with, say, funds from the Clinton Foundation and things like that.
Crazy shit.
Crazy. And this has been organized for a long time. You know, we're only thinking the past, like, let's say 50, 80 years. It's been going on longer than we know.
Yeah.
Especially
Yeah,
since
they got plenty of ways they try to hide their money because somebody, at the top, it's all it's a war. Everybody, they're cutthroat, they're murderers, and they go after people with money, and they're all about trying to hide their money, trying to stay alive, trying to take other people. It's just plain crazy.
Yeah,
it really is.
Yeah. And Smarty, we've talked about Wayne a few times, and a lot of people are always guessing about Wayne, who was John's handler. Can you tell us a little bit about him?
Uh, well, uh, well, he was a sort of a handler where he was trying to help John, but at the same time, he was a part of programming John. So yeah, he was a handler.
Yeah.
That being said, Wayne is uh, is he going yet? No, he's still around. Okay, well he's still around. Um, that being said, do we get him out and expose everything? Yep. All right, we're gonna get him out and expose everything. And if he blinks or farts a certain way, he's gonna be gone. So that's the way we do that around here. We're everything has to be exposed, and we're gonna use Wayne to expose them all. Everything he's done, everything he was paid to do. Um, that's what we're going to do right now. That's what we know about it right now. However, John can tell you everything else he's done, but that's what we're going to get him to do now. So expect it.
Yeah. Because in talking with John and reading the book, sometimes he has done, we'll call them nicer things or whatever, but then he does horrible things, and it's very inconsistent, which I think is part of the plan too. It confuses you, especially when you're traumatized. You don't know who to trust anymore.
Did you know what you feed your
Right.
dog?
So if you did some research into battered women or battered people, the batterer always uses "I love you" right after they beat your ass.
I
So
was just going to say that.
yeah, so what happens is you get your ass whooped, and then all of a sudden, oh, I'm sorry, I'm never going to do that again. Let me go buy you something nice. They do that, and then next thing you know, they beat your ass again, and it's a continuous shit. It's pretty much narcissistic narcissistic shit, 2.0, if you would.
Yeah.
So that's literally what they get a kick out of as well. That's why he can go out and kill people whenever the fuck he feels like, and because of him working with the CIA, military, DARPA, reptilians, he felt like he had a free pass. Well, the shit is over.
Yeah, when you were talking, I was reminded of Charles Manson, the Manson family. He would get a woman and he would slap her around, beat her around, throw her up against the wall, and then say, "Well, I love you." And it's repeated. And the repetition they become followers. And then they'll do things like commit murder for the man that just slapped them around and then said, I love you.
Right.
I don't understand the whole thing, but I know it's 100% true. But that's how they operate.
Right. Even some of my upbringing and me viewing the way people operated, um, that was like normal for them. It was like normal. Like you would get into a fight, you beat each other up, and then it's all hunky dory shit. Like what? And then it just becomes so normal that you don't see yourself while you're doing these heinous acts against people, right? And
Yeah.
it's not cool. It's not cool at all.
Just like
Then, right, my bad. Then you get the little kid who just saw mom or dad or whoever did it, thinking it's normal. Now they're in jail because they did what they were taught to do by seeing what you did. Now they're in jail forever. And then the same fucking cabal system that put all those entities in them to do that are banking off of them and being in jail. See how they're doing all this?
yeah, there was so many times like being with the Quigley family and doing things. It's the same thing like we were talking about a few minutes ago. They'll totally screw you up. Um, Whatever it is, there's so many ways that they screwed me up. But then after they get done, they say, well, we love you. We're doing it for your own good. Like when my brother took me out and tried to have me killed. And I went back to the Quigley family and said, look, he just tried to have me killed. And then they would throw this in there. They would say, well, why'd you go with him in the first place? You know better than that. They would put it back on me.
Wow. That's crazy, man.
Yeah, especially when you're younger, like that's a little confusing.
Right. They normalize the shit like it's cool. But this is and these are the same type of individuals that they put in position. And for instance, they go all around the world doing this, right? So they go into countries where everything is beautiful, everything is running smoothly. They go in, kill the leader, and then put one of those individuals that they just mind fucked in the position so that they can slowly but surely reverse all the good shit that they did, control all the natural resources, send it over here or send it over on the other side of the glass, or should I say the iron? I mean, the ice wall, right? Because that's where they're all at. They're on the other side, controlling everybody over here, living on the other side, and they continue that shit. It's over. It's over. They're fucking done. Did I say they was done?
Back in the 70s, they literally did that to South America. I'm a witness to them coming into South America and doing their killings and taking over the country.
Right.
Yeah.
And most of it, and guess you know what? The craziest shit. You know what's the main resource? We all know now. The children. The children, right? See, he already knew. Hello, this is all real. This is all happening. This is all being shut down. I've already told you we have to expose all of this stuff in order for me to do my part, my job is to eliminate them. So I'm protecting everybody that needs to be protected, showing them that they are protected, comforting them so that they know they're protected, making certain things happen so that they feel they're protected. And then I finish running around eliminating all these dark fuckers because that's my job and I love doing that shit.
We love you, brother. We love you, brother.
I love y'all too. Shit, I'm done with these fuckers. and now they're begging.
I love the way you worded.
Yeah, and now they're begging. They're begging because they're being sent off to a nice little location where they never get to leave for a very long time. And even if they get to leave, that's so it's getting real ugly for them. The best part of all of this is that the vibration of the planet is increasing so that it can be exposed in a way where We're not going backwards. It's just going up, 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 up. All the different veils, everything's being exposed, all the way up to dad, to the end of it, all this shit. Here's what they didn't expect either. This is the last cycle. The last cycle. If you look through history, you got all these different civilizations coming and going, blah blah blah. Right, right. And then you got them hiding the fact that certain civilizations even existed. So that being said, this is the last cycle. We all get to move on for the rest of our lives for a very, very long time. And we're going to be in key positions to make sure shit like this don't happen ever again here or elsewhere. The last cycle, right. The last cycle.
I'm sorry. Go ahead. My bad. I'm getting a head rush just listening to you talk. Keep going.
So not the last cycle, done. The last cycle also includes our everlasting life. Do you understand what that means? These Cabal members and all of these little fucking minions and puppets, they don't understand that this is the last fucking cycle. You're not going to be able to continue this shit, okay? You fucking done. It's over. You might as well hang up and fucking go crawl underneath a rock until we get you. Because we coming. We coming, motherfuckers. Pay the piper now, and I'm the piper.
I bet you we don't get too many hate comments on this video.
No, they know better. We change their frequencies real quick.
I bet there's like they're thinking we're going to talk about politics or something.
Yeah, okay.
Wrong. It's all intertwined. Everything is intertwined.
Yeah. They never expected Daddy to show up the way he did.
Yeah.
They never expected me to show up the way I did. They never even expected Johnny Boys to show up the way he did, right? Because for all we knew, the man was somebody else, dead and gone and shit. And then look, we find out it's all bullshit.
Yeah.
So that's why we. Yeah, so that's why
it's all lies. It's all bullshit. It's all crazy.
That's right. And, that's why we're backing them up the way we are.
They put it right out there. They put it right out there.
Yeah.
Yeah, well, they fucked up.
Well, it's interesting because almost every news story is fake. You know what I mean? They fabricate these things and they program it and over and over and over till the whole population believes it. So we forget the truth. We believe their story.
It's all pre-programmed, like my salute. That salute that when my father's casket went by is world famous. It was a photo op. It was staged. They had me practice that for hours. They're telling the public, I just saluted, It was a pre-plan.
Yeah.
And with that said, when you see Donald Trump going like this, that is so pre-planned. They committed murder that day so they could get a photo op. Straight up. That would have never happened in a million years.
Right.
Okay.
It's true. It's true. All of it is being exposed. All of it.
Too many photo ops. Too
much fake shit, huh, Johnny boy?
Way too much. And they take lives doing it.
Yeah.
When that happened, I was seeing what really happened on that Trump assassination attempt. And I believe they put somebody in his shoes that day and said, look, if you live, you live. We'll let you go. But I don't believe that was Donald Trump at all. I believe they threw a puppet out there, and that's what I call them, puppets. And he was probably happy to be alive. That's why he stood up and did his thing.
Yeah. Daddy said he was a clone, and all this shit would come out, just like I said, and that's what's happening. All of the other things Daddy talked about it being exposed, it still hasn't come to fruition, but it will, because that if Dad's telling us this shit is going to happen, it's going to happen. and he's the one that gives me my messages. He's the reason why I can do and see the things that I do and see, right? So I don't know how much more evidence I have to do or things that I have to do to prove that all of my messages come from Dad. And this is for like just the regular folks. The guys in the back, the guys in the background, behind the scenes, all of these different major organizations, they know. They don't want you to know, but they know. And they also know that if anybody messes with any of y'all, it's over for them. They know that too. So that's one of the. I told Johnny Boy the other day when he was going to. I think he was picking up dependents or whatnot. I told him travel without any fear because Daddy's right near. Daddy's near. We gonna make people disappear. No caskets, no funerals, no nothing. And I get a kick out of it too, just so you know. This is my job. I see it like this. You did enough dirt, enough bad shit in your life where it came to the point where now you're being evaporated. So why should I feel bad for you? Does that make sense to everybody?
Makes sense to me. It really, really does.
Let's go. And you literally fade away like Thanos. What'd you say, B? Yeah, we said that's true. That's a fact, Jack. Look, everybody thinks we crazy until we're not. I just explained to one of my buddies on the phone because he was calling us. He didn't call us crazy, but he was saying this is crazy. And I said, well, Steve Jobs said the people that are crazy enough to think they can change the world are the ones that actually do, right? Okay, well, that's all of us, all of the lines, all of the truth seekers, everybody exposing everything everywhere. We are crazy until we are proven not crazy, okay?
That's awesome you said that.
Let's go.
I had a lady send me a Paul Revere 50-cent piece, a silver 50-cent piece that had Paul Revere on it. And in her letter, she said, keep this with you because you're crazy enough to change the world.
That's right. That's right. And since we can't be killed and we stuck here until we're done, we ain't got a fucking choice, Johnny boy.
Well, you want to change the world. We want to change what's happening.
We are changing it. Yes,
yeah.
We are.
Yeah.
No retreat, no surrender.
Yeah, it's not easy, that's for sure. And I've had an easy life, and when I hear your story, John, I can't even imagine what you went through, but it's not for nothing because the public's going to find out. They're going to be outraged. Only a very small fraction of people know what you've been through by reading your book or watching these videos. The public is going to know more and more and more. They're going to be outraged that they've been lied to.
They should be outraged. They
should.
They really, really should. Yeah. I've lost so many of my loved ones over the years, but we all go, and I'll see them soon. So I keep going. There's nothing that can stop me from sharing.
Yeah, that's why I said your mission is to get the story out. You have a unique story, of course, but you're not the only one that this has happened to out there in the world. I don't know the other ones, but I know there's a lot of crazy stuff that's happened out there that we're going to find out about. It's going to be shocking to everyone.
B just said they're coming, so expect it. And one of the things that I told Johnny Boy, and he's to expect it, that when they do find out, and the right people do find out, they're gonna back them, and especially the U.S. military. So it's coming. And when those things do take place, it's over. It's over.
It's gonna be fun.
Over. Yeah. It is fun.
It is fun.
Justice will be nice. It really will.
Yeah.
Not only that, we got a armada of fucking galactics everywhere. Hello.
Don't we have like 1 billion armadas or something? What's the number now? It's like a really big number.
Yeah, those are just angelic forces, but we got galactics. We got my crew. We're all over the place.
Yeah.
People are not even ready for some of the shit that's getting ready to go down. And it's all happening like boom, 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 back to back, same time. That's why all of this is necessary, all of it. So expect some good changes, expect some good things coming out of all of this, and expect to live lives the way we were meant to be. We're meant to live because it's here, it's coming, it's here, it's here. I had to, Daddy corrected me. It's here.
I just want to throw this in there since I met you two, King. My life has been a lot better, and I appreciate you. I really, really do.
I appreciate I appreciate you too for standing up and having the balls and courage to do what you do because it's not easy, and that's what makes me go all out for you, brother. I don't know how to stress the fact that when I say if they fuck with you, it's over. So all of that happened in the past is the past. It was necessary to get to where we're at. But we're at a point right now where you're going to get your story out. It's all going to be validated. The evidence will show for itself. And if we have to go in and out of portals to bring other evidence forward, we will. Ooh. We will. So it is on. It's on. It's on. It's on.
It's so exciting. So exciting.
Yes, it is. It's very exciting.
Yeah.
So my diz just popped into King's head. I seen that.
Huh? Yeah. So B just said access to dad is everything. So that's another thing that everybody else has to start working on if you don't have the access to your creator the way you should. You can call him God, he understands. You can call him daddy. I call him daddy because of the intimate relationship we have with each other. But to truly, truly have peace is to have a established relationship with our Father. That's it. There's nothing like it ever anywhere. So that's one of the main things that everybody has to go back to is connect yourself back to your loving Creator, your loving Father. With that, all things are possible. The fact that we're sitting here doing this video is a testament to that. John, like we keep saying over and over, if they could have killed us, we would have been gone a long time ago. Unfortunately for us, we're fucking stuck and screwed here. I mean, we're screwed and we're stuck in all the above until we're fucking done cleaning this fucking, I can't say shithole, but this world is beautiful and we're going to restore it to where it should be.
It's a privilege to do what you're doing. It's a privilege. And I'm glad to be helping in my little piece.
Yeah. Yeah. Well, we're glad to have you too, Sue. You've been a major help.
I'm so glad to have you helping me. I really do.
Yeah.
I appreciate it.
Yep.
I want the truth out there. I want people to see, like, I don't know everything either. I want people to see what's out there, to understand it, and to not just swallow the party line. I want them to understand the agenda behind it.
Right.
For the ones that will.
Well, the fact that we started to help somebody today campaign, the Move campaign, all that ties into it too, because we're going to be running around the world doing all these things. And, Johnny Boy's going to be right there with us. We're going to be doing everything together because that's what Dad wants. He wants the key figures to this now reality to be a part of helping someone today, changing the fucking planet, changing the world. So everybody loved his father, right? My mom used to talk about them as a kid. My grandma used to talk about his dad as a kid. And when I finally understood what happened as a kid, I was like, wow, I can't believe that happened. So,
Broadband light.
right. So that's what made me care so much about this, because he was a man trying to do good or doing good, and he got eliminated for it. So that's one of the reasons why I don't care to eliminate things, people, places, and things now, because of what we had to go through. And I mean, as a whole, as the people. That's why I take my job very serious, and I'm the only one that can do it the way that I could do it. You know what I'm saying? So I take my role serious as a heart attack for the dark ones.
I just had a dark one. I had a fly that kept landing on my computer screen over and over. I'd shoo him off. He'd come right back. Well, I eliminated that sucker.
There you go.
I gave him the 4 aces.
That's funny. That is funny. That's funny. We're having so much fun. Everybody should be excited. We're excited because we see and feel the changes. So everybody listening, y'all should be excited too, because we're a part of a great thing that's happening, and this, the Jedi's are helping enforce everything, and it's just so wonderful to see some of the things that Dad told me years ago what happened years ago, and I have recordings from back in the Real Truth Call days to validate everything that's happening right now. Everything. Well, some of it got deleted, but most of it is still there, where you can go listen to it, and you'll be amazed, because you'll see that Smarty said that shit, and it's happening right now.
And we are making history. We are making history. It's going to be what we're doing right here is going to be in the history books.
That's true. That's true. Not only in the history books, you're talking about the book of life. You're talking about shit that people aren't even ready for.
They ain't ready for us, but they're going to get us.
They ain't ready. Hey, wait until we go into the chambers and come out with these galactic stud bodies and shit, right? Oh man, we're gonna change. We messing everything up. We done messed up their plans since the day we was born. You hear me, brother?
And what King's talking about, people? Crystalline chamber.
That's right.
Those are the frequencies.
That's right. That's a small representation of what the chamber will look like.
And I just got it all figured up.
Yep. You walk in, couple seconds later, you walk out, and you got a new structure, a new crystalline, everlasting body. Right now, we're carbon based. So with the crystalline body, it'll be like diamonds, and it's literally indestructible. That's what we're walking into. That's what the Bible told you guys about, but nobody really understood what it meant or what it was. You're talking about an everlasting life with no death, no sickness, no pain, no suffering. That's what it is, the crystalline body. The only way to get them is either Dad does it himself to you, or you use the chamber. And you have your free will. We can't force nobody into them. But that's the game changer. That's the game changer. That's going to make everything obsolete. And when we start going through them, and all of the Jedis and certain people that were chosen to go through, and people see that this is really happening, it's over. It's over in so many ways, by the way, but it's over.
What I think is beautiful, though, is that traumas will be released. So you may have the memory of an occurrence, but you won't have the emotional attachment to it anymore. So there won't be trauma in the body, and like you said, John, when you go outside, you're always afraid, of someone attacking you.
It's not so much afraid, but just aware.
Yeah.
I'm constantly reminded what could happen, and
that's a bad feeling.
But I'm past the stage of being afraid.
Yeah, but that's going to go away. And think of all the other people out in the world that haven't even gone through a fraction of what he's gone through. Their trauma is going to be released. Can you imagine how much better everyone's going to feel and act without all of that in them?
Yeah. You're gonna come out of there. You're gonna come out of there like, whoo, man, I can't believe that. I can't believe all that shit. I'm so glad it's over.
Yeah. We're gonna have to have built-in depends on that day because everyone's gonna be crying and blubbering, you know.
Yeah, that's true. A lot of crime will be occurring. That's
Yeah.
for sure. Daddy already warned us. You know, he said me and B is the biggest babies, so we're gonna be crying.
Hollywood knows it. I was just thinking, I watch a lot of Alfred Hitchcock, and there was actually a program where this elderly couple walked in and could walk out with a 20-year-old body.
Hmm.
But that was actually a program from the 50s, I believe.
The
Yeah.
Twilight Zone had one like that. You could pick different models and
Maybe that was the Twilight Zone I'm
Twilight
thinking of.
Zone. And you
Yeah.
could, yeah, you pick different models and then you'd be converted to that age or whatever it was. But you know, obviously um this is different. It's not mechanical. You know what I mean? So we hear so much about the med beds out there. It's not a mechanical technology. It's source driven. How much
Right.
better can you get?
Right. One of the things Dad told us a while back was that we make the secret space program look like baby steps.
Yeah.
And the military, certain military factions had these technologies. They say they're 140 years or so in advance. Got a 144-year advantage over the population, right? So imagine a species or a group of individuals that's been here for thousands and thousands, billions of years. What do you think we have? You see what I'm getting at? And who gave the military their tech? Off-worlders, ETs, aliens, reptilians, whatever you want to call them, right? So all of this has been happening for thousands of years, and they're even feed a spoon. They were even spoon feeding the military, like baby steps for them too, because they didn't want them to get to a level where they would get defeated by them. However, they also didn't realize that Dad had other plans, which is why we're here now.
Right.
We can form ships in the middle of the sky just by our thoughts. Like these individuals don't know what the fuck they're dealing with. That's why they stay away. They'll send their little shadow people and all their little minions in here, and then I go splatter them, and then they never return. So this is a bigger thing that's happening that people aren't fully aware of. So yeah, we got John's story, we got other stories similar, we got secret space program shit happening. We got all of these different groups claiming to be the rulers or the queen of queens, arrest warrants, and all this stupid shit. And then you got me sitting here laughing, waiting for you to fuck up so I can eliminate you. So this is a
Did you
bigger
notice he
picture.
was breaking up a minute ago?
Yeah, they always do that when I talk
Did you
about.
see he was breaking up a minute ago? I don't know if it was just on my end, but yeah, he got scrambled for a minute.
Yeah, well, they didn't want you guys to know that all I'm waiting for is just Daddy say go ahead and eliminate, and you're gone. You got to understand, we work for your creator who created everything. If Daddy created, right? If Daddy created the world in 7 days, what do you think? What else can he do? Okay, so it's like you're dealing with your creator. I'm literally here on behalf of Dad. I'm literally Dad in the flesh. That goes over people's heads sometimes. They don't understand that part. They don't have to. Just do good and don't worry about nothing. All you dark fuckers, we coming for your asses. And I'm gonna enjoy every minute of it too. Stop them, stop them, stop them.
So I'm assuming that you lift off all the dark ones that you're able to several times a day.
Yeah, every day we're eliminating every day.
All right. Along with the angelics and the galactics, they're also doing the same thing.
Yep, they're doing the same thing, and some of them, believe it or not, are being demoted and promoted because they were given certain times to complete certain things, and when they don't, they get demoted.
Right.
The last thing they want to do is get demoted, and this is real. Like I posted a video where an individual was telling you guys what I already said about not all angels have wings.
Right.
Because they are literal beings that were from other places, like angelic castles and shit, right? That's what we call them, but they're also known as different entities, different beings who are also crystalline based, who can move in and out dimensions. That's why I post the one post where I say my army is not of this realm, because we're not. I have a flesh and blood body, but I ain't from fucking here, okay? Why do you think they can't kill us? Right? That's why. And John is a part of that group too. We're all coming together and everybody's fully getting activated, telling their stories, exposing the cabal, and every time they attack us, whop, then I come in and do my part. So congratulations, assholes. You finally are finished.
They're coming out of the woodwork.
That's right. Come on out. Come on out, because I got an itchy trigger finger.
And I travel with Daddy. He's a 44 Magnum. I put my dad's initials on the stock. So
right.
I when I travel with Daddy.
Well, you travel with Daddy and Big Daddy too, so everything's good. No, you got two Big Daddies, by the way. At 44, them things are like that long. It's all good though. Everything's happening. Everything's happening. Thank you, Daddy. Thank you, Daddy. Thank you, Daddy.
Yeah.
Thank you, Daddy.
Yeah. So it is exciting. I mean, we can feel the excitement.
Yeah, change is here. Change is now.
Yeah. Yeah.
We gotta get. We gotta start. Eventually, we gotta start a help somebody today campaign in your neck of the woods too, Johnny boy. That way we can have the children in that area having a blast too. We're going to do them all around the world, everywhere.
They evaporate those in orange, green dots, so they see one in each other.
Done. A group of individuals that just got evaporated.
Yes.
So the more and more we evaporate, the faster things happen. However, we can't do it until Dad gives us permission for it. You all know I would have did this shit a long time ago if it was up to me.
Right.
I'm glad it's not up to me, by the way, because I would have fucked something up. it gets super weird.
Yeah, we're making huge achievements right here. This is a huge achievement, and this is a huge achievement right here. Just like you said earlier, you know, you can wear this around your neck, and it's a conversation piece. You know, you can't carry a book around with you all the time, but you can one of these right here.
Yeah, we're breaking barriers with John's story with lots of things. So that's why I'm more than glad to help. More than whatever I can do to help. I did that because I was helping John financially, behind the scenes as well. Now I'm helping him in a way where I don't have to worry about my own finances because I got so much things going on where I get some money and that shit goes the same fucking day. Sue's witnessed this shit. So all those claims about me being a multi-millionaire and scamming everybody, man, go fuck yourself. You don't know what you're talking about.
Yeah.
What about
I'm with you there. I'm right with you. You know,
Yeah.
Heart of gold, and we're gonna sell 1 million of these. We really are, and then we can get some things like this. You know, I go to the flea market, and they got Donald Trump little coins, but I think when we sell enough of these right here, we should get some JFK and King Smarty.
Yeah.
Yeah, there you go.
And
There you go.
then we'll see these at every flea market around the whole
That would be
world.
cool. That would be
That's
cool.
right. That's right. That's right. Oh, Daddy wanted me to mention the book bag giveaway that we're doing right now in New York. So we just gave away 800 plus book bags, and that we'll have videos and all that stuff. But we're doing things all around the world, and
That's awesome.
I'm constantly dishing out funds to get these things completed. And like I keep saying, I wish I had more. I wish more people would come to the plate to help me. Either buy a shitload of products from me, buy one of the assets. I don't ask for donations either, but those are ways you can help me. Buy something, keep buying. Because that's where the money goes into, me doing these fantastic things for people around the world.
Right.
And that's what we all should be like that, every one of us. So that's why I'm building a team of individuals that are able to do this. This is Dad's work. Okay? Help somebody today was Dad's work. Dad idea, he gave it to us. Move was also Dad. All of these different things that we're doing is coming from Dad. So if you want to, help out, that's the way to do it. Also, you want to help John financially, start purchasing the pendants, the books. I was even trying to figure out how to get John's book duplicated so that he doesn't have to fucking deal with Amazon anymore, because they're fucking raping him there too. So, I'm always constantly thinking of how to improve the quality of life of our team. And that way we don't have to worry about things financially.
Yeah, we need to get rid of all these billionaire cabal and get some more people like you with a kind heart to share the love.
Hey, well, I'm evaporating at least 2 or 3 of them every day, so that's why they're having to replace them with robots and AIs, because the motherfuckers are already gone. That's funny.
It is funny.
Man. Anyway, we getting there. We getting there. We definitely getting there. John's story is already international. It's going global. Everybody that follows me is from all around the world. I've trained everybody that actually listen. So when we send out commands to get people's stories out, to just do things all around good stuff for people, that's what happens. This what happens. So we want John's story to get out there. We want all the stuff to be exposed. We want all the Israeli shit right now to be exposed. All the truth behind it all, and how they don't care about the people of the land. They just care about their food supply, which is the Palestinian children and all of our children. Why of all these campaign things that are going on, nobody talks about the children? Healthcare this and healthcare that and blah blah blah. How about y'all start talking about we gotta come and figure out where all these children are going? How about why nobody talking about that shit? You got all these Kamala and Trump and all that shit. Why ain't y'all talking about the missing fucking children? You could have had more voters, by the way, if you just did that. What's really going on? Who are these individuals that everybody's voting for? Huh? Like Benjamin Fulford said the other day, they're lesser the evil. However you pronounce that shit. You know what I mean?
He said Trump is the lesser of two evils, but they're both evil.
That's exactly what the fuck I'm saying.
Yeah. Yeah.
So, yeah. We need to get rid of this shit once and for all of them. And one of the things that Dad told me before I left Pennsylvania to come to Destin, and I told everybody that this was going to happen way in advance, 2 or 3 years before.
Yeah.
He told me that I'm coming to Destin to reestablish my kingdom, which is the kingdom of heaven, which is also the name of my company, Kingdom Company of Heaven. Okay. So how am I able to get away with all this if it wasn't meant to be? Okay, so that's one thing. That's another thing for y'all to think about. This is fucking real. This is very real, all of it. Why why are none of them talking about the missing children? It's the big question.
And you people, you can Google it. Just Google how many children went missing in the United States alone. It's crazy numbers.
Every year, every year.
Well, those are lowball numbers because there's also kids that are grown in the tunnels.
Right.
I mean, it happens all the time. I was reading, Robin was reading a post, this kid, the gas station right up the street. The kid was last seen there a week ago, vanished, just right down the street here. It happens all the time.
Yeah. Well, there's yep, done. Return them in blue. There's a lot of things happening because of the fact that we have to expose it all. And I don't like to hear those stories. I don't even like the fact that Israel is doing what Israel is doing and how they continue to do it. However, there's a purpose for it all. And I got to control I have to control myself because I literally want, just do things that are not supposed to be done when it comes to things like this. However, I do understand that there's a purpose for it all. And that's what calms me down besides beat, because I'm ready to do things that are, out of the box. Well, I'm already out of the box, but you know what I mean? Like, just wipe out entire fucking fleets and just, anyway. Done. Daddy said move on. All right. Let's go.
All right. Well, I know that those that logged in to see John's video were not expecting you. You're a special guest, and it's really a treat for those that don't know you because it gives everyone excitement, hope, something good to look
It's
forward
awesome.
Yeah.
It's awesome. We're waking people up. We are waking people up.
Yeah.
They don't want us to wake up. I mean, they don't want us to get the truth out and wake people up, but we're waking people up.
Yeah.
That's true. That's absolutely true. Not only with our stories, but with our abilities. For everybody listening that aren't aware, I'm constantly raising the consciousness level. So when I continue to raise the consciousness level when that allows, it allows John's story and other stories to make headway. And that's what's important for full disclosure. We cannot move on to a beautiful planet, a beautiful realm, a beautiful world without exposing the horrific shit that's been happening to children. And you hear John's story and you see his age. This been happening for a long time. And it's been happening biblical times too, because that's what they've been doing since the age of, Yahshua, right? So even since back then, they've been trying to hunt down a specific group of individuals to stop certain things from happening. And as you can see, that shit didn't happen. Okay. So it's over. It's over. We're all back. We're here to finish the job, and there's nothing they can do about it. Nothing at all. Like B told somebody earlier today, it's like being in the same room with somebody and you can't go and strangle them because you can't get to them. It's over. They can't touch us.
Put so many people in a hypnosis sleep that aren't awake to the truth. we're waking them up. We're waking them up. But you know, they've put over the years, they've put so many people to sleep, basically.
Yeah. There's even more to that story because there's we know for a fact, and even some of the intel in the UFO realm, right? A lot of people talk about how the reptilians literally flew around in their ships, spraying, hypnotizing chemicals, so that people would have a type of amnesia and all that stuff. So it's definitely true. It's definitely real.
Right.
This is why we had to come here and work on multiple levels of waking people up, raising the consciousness, raising the love vibration, showing love, putting your money where your mouth is, like I do, right? And then forming things that people can actually see and people can participate in. That's what we're doing. You see the bottom of this? It says common humanity. We're all the same. We're all together. And we're all moving too. We're all moving into the future. This is where we're going. I love it. Love it. Love it. Love it.
Thank you, Daddy. That's all I
love
gotta
it. Love it. Love it. Love it. Love it. Love all you guys. You guys are making my job more and more fun every day. Even the bitching and complaining is still fun. Fun stuff. Fun stuff.
Excellent. Excellent news. All right. Should we talk about the pendants now?
Yeah, we could talk about the pendants now. Go ahead, Johnny boy, whatever you want to say. Well, let me tell everybody what the pendants have in them as far as frequency. First of all, they're pendants that have frequencies, energy, and all types of different codes in them. There's different terms for them. People throughout the last couple of years have been making all types of pendants, blah blah blah, that have frequencies on them. My frequencies come straight from Dad. They're all natural. There's no in between. There's no machine that you put in that gives you harmful technologies or frequencies. Because for those of you that don't know, there are frequency plates out there, and if you put the wrong frequency onto a plate and then somebody uses it, it can be very, very harmful. Okay, that being said, the frequencies in those pendants are similar to the ones that are in my pendants. However, we put a lot of special stuff to raise awareness, raise consciousness. You all heard of subliminal messaging, right?
Yeah.
So we're able to put subliminal messaging in a orb, in a frequency, in a charm, if you would. That's literally what we did to those pendants. So not only are you benefiting from it, but it's also waking you up to this John's story. That's why people are going to question it. What's this? What's this about? What's going on here? The main thing on it is to restore the PTSD and all the people that have those type of stories. And we know these type of stories exist because we've been hearing them for years. John is giving you details of what happened, of what's been happening. He's been involved in it all. And that's the cool part about his story. Although he's been through hell and all that, right?
Trauma. Yeah.
But his story needs to be told, and that's why I designed that pendant of his book so that he can talk about his book, talk about the pendants, heal the people, and continue his exposing of the cabal.
And these are very. I was just tripping on it. It almost looks like liquid metal in the camera.
Yeah.
It's really cool. And they're really shiny. If you touch them with your fingers, you'll get fingerprints on it, just like glass.
Yeah. So one side has this picture on it from the cover of the book, which is a fabulous picture.
Yep.
And then what's the other side have on it? Unveiling the real John Kennedy Jr. with source directives on.
And the Smarties logo.
Yeah, it has a logo just so everybody knows that it's actually in healing pendant.
Yeah. And they're literally only available from John. All right. There's two
Right.
sizes, small and larger. Okay, so small and large, and then we have 4 colors: black, gold, silver, and rainbow. So when you order, you have to specify size and color. All right, so John doesn't have to go chasing that down, all right?
Right.
That's the
We're
black.
helping
The black is hard to see, but if you get it in the right light, it really
Yeah,
stands
yeah.
out.
It's hard
I
to see
like the
with
black
glasses.
ones.
But the
Robin's
nice thing is they have
Robin's
really
favorite is
nice
the
chains
rainbow.
too. The
I
chains
don't
are
have a
beautiful.
rainbow here. I don't have a rainbow one sitting here in front of me, but the rainbow ones are really cool.
Yeah,
They
they're really
look
fun.
just like this.
Yeah.
Yep.
The rainbow. They're really awesome.
Yep.
So
They're real powerful, and of course we're gonna make it easier. I sent John a couple of links and stuff like that so he could download. I sent him a printer too, and some. I gotta send him some other things to make it easier for him to get them out for so people can start supporting and healing at the same time.
Yeah, I just announced them that they're now for sale, and we've actually sold 8 of them in the last 2 days. So that's
really,
awesome. I got 2 more orders in the mailbox today to send out. Um, wonderful, wonderful.
Yep,
it's
and
Um,
I didn't ask for nothing, despite what retarded lady says. Um, I didn't ask for anything. I'm not asking for anything. I did show John exactly what I paid for, just in case he wants to order more, and that's it. Like it's not. I'm not gaining nothing out of it, but helping my brother get his story out. End of discussion.
right.
and we're going to be ordering some more soon because we're going to sell the heck out of them. And
Yep.
we're also going to start something cool.
Done, done,
Hopefully,
done.
we can work on
Done,
that.
done, done. Done, done, done.
Think of it this way, though. All right, so Trump is a billionaire, okay? And they raised $200 million for him, and that's okay. But John is trying to sell something to support himself, buy more books to get his story out. That's not okay. They're trinkets, and we're horrible for even coming up with that idea. But this to me is a win-win-win situation. It's a collector's item that has great benefit to the person that wears it. All right, healing and protective frequencies. And the added bonus, you get to support John. His story will get out more quickly. How can you beat that deal?
That's
Yeah,
right.
you get
That's
these
right.
politicians, and they're making millions and millions
Yeah.
of dollars in donations, and they're all over the media that's controlled by the cabal and every other thing. And we're David and they're Goliath, but
Yeah.
we're going to break ground, and these are going to take off,
Yeah.
and it's huge.
Yeah.
You know, for the price and what the greatness of them, it's awesome. It was such an awesome gesture on King's part to do this. It's like I said in a video the other day. I don't know if King's seen it. He's a freaking genius.
Thank you.
Well,
Thank you.
literally.
Hey, you can't. That's not a lie. But what we can do, Johnny Boy, too, we can also do we can do the blue ones and have the special edition, because that's what I got. My blue pendants, the one that I sent you, those are special editions, and there's only so much of those. So I saw your video talking about that, so we can do that. We can get a blue, a red, a purple, whatever, and then make those special editions, and even put something like if you send me a photo of your signature, we can put that on the back of it too. That way, everybody knows that these are special edition. These is signature by you, and there's only a certain amount.
Yeah.
There's so many things we can do. So many cool things we
Yeah,
can do.
that's so awesome. It really is.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So your purchase will benefit you. You'll be healing and spreading those frequencies to those that surround you, your home, your pets, people at the grocery store, but you're also supporting John. So his living expenses, his purchase of the books to donate, etc., which is
And they are collector's items also. There's so many things they are but a collector's item is one because the story's coming out. We're making history.
Yeah.
And just like any other thing, people are going to be able to say, hey, you know, I was a part of bringing it out and getting the truth out and helping save, you know, so many countries on this planet.
Yeah. Yeah.
That's true.
It's a big deal because look at, we're at the ground level of freedom for the world, right? Liberation. Yeah.
That's right. Liberation. I'm gonna give everybody a tip. Okay. This is a tip. Buy two, put one in glass. You'll thank me later.
Okay.
Go ahead.
I too put one in glass. Check. So we've got small and large. We've got silver, gold, black, and rainbow. I'm going to put all that in the description and how you can order. You can have money order, Cash App, or PayPal. That's it. I'll put the instructions in the description. Don't deviate and make sure you give him the information on what you want, okay? Because he's not a mind reader. Buy two, though.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You can also put my email address.
Your what?
Yeah.
I'm going to put your PO box. Yeah.
Yeah, and my email address also, so they can get a hold of me personally and say, hey, I want a gold one or I want a silver one. And that way there's no confusion.
You're sure you want to do that?
Well, I don't want any confusion with anybody. PayPal, it's limited on what you can say, just like Cash App.
Yeah.
So if somebody Cash App, you know, they'll barely get their address in there, where this way they can Cash App me, send me an email and say, hey, I just Cash Apped you. I want a gold one or a silver one.
Yeah.
And it would make things a little easier.
Yeah. Okay. I'll put that all in the description below. All right.
And that's appreciated so much.
Yeah.
Yeah. Make sure you put King Smarty recommends you buy two. You'll thank him later.
Oh, and we didn't talk about the price. Okay, so
it's $111 plus $11 shipping and handling.
Yeah. So 122, all right. And you know, like some people will think that's gaspingly, shockingly low. Some people will say it's too much. It is what it is.
It is what it is. And for those people that say it's too high, if I charge you $10 per frequency, you wouldn't be able to buy it.
Yeah.
And if you don't think that's serious, go look at some of the other devices on the internet and compare.
Right.
There's no comparisons, by the way, but you can go ahead and try.
Yeah. Yeah. Well, a lot of times people are going to complain, and I'm like, you know, you do have expenses behind everything, but again, the purpose is to support John. All right, so that's what it's here for, and it's going to be magnificent. This is great.
And we get the story out, and we get rid of all this inflation that's going through the roof. There's so many good things we can do by getting my story out, getting our story out, the truth out.
Yep.
That's right.
You know, these evil people that are running things right now, they don't care. You know, it's all take for them. Once we get rid of them and expose them for all their evil deeds, we can start fixing our country again.
Yeah.
That's right. That's right. And that's what I'm doing. Taking them.
Well, it's hard to have a beautiful world when that evil still exists below, you know, below grade. We're not seeing it. And we need to take that out. We need to expose it.
I'm glad you said that. And the easiest way to eliminate that is to not think about it no more, evolve and think about the future and what you want humanity to be in the whole.
Right.
Because once you get your mind in that state, everything else fades away. Booyah. Let's go.
Right.
Yeah, I was talking with King the other day on the phone, and you know, I used some words that were negative, and he was like, you got to use the power words, the positive words, because I catch myself doing it. You know, I've been programmed even as a kid. One thing if some bad shit happens to me or something, you know, I kick my freaking toe, stub my toe, I say, that's funny. I'm programmed to say, that's funny. Somebody can be a real prick to me, and I'll say, that's funny. I'm for some reason, I'm programmed with that word, and I'm just using that for an example. But it was brought to my attention, start using the power words, the positive words, and get things turned around positive.
That's right. That's right. We changing shit. There you go.
Sometimes things will happen to me that I don't want, and I try to look at what the lesson is. What did I miss that this thing happened to me? Like, what was the lesson I missed? I don't always get it, but I've gotten better as the years go on because I'm trying to learn and obviously not repeat the mistake, but I want to get better, you know?
That's right.
Yep.
So many people want to get better.
Yeah. Yeah.
They will. They will. In due time, everybody will get what they rightfully deserve. And that goes for both sides, if you understand what I'm saying.
Yeah. Robin just handed me this. This is the rainbow.
Rainbow one. Yeah.
Yeah, I like that one.
I do. The chain on these is beautiful. Yeah.
They're beautiful pendants. They're extremely well made, well done. Whether you call it a dog tag, I prefer calling it a dog tag, but you know, whether it's a frequency healer or, you know, a pendant, jewelry, but it's totally awesome. There's so many things.
Yeah.
And getting the truth out.
Yeah.
That's what it's going to do.
Yep, it represents your book and your story, brother. So that's why I made it that way.
Right. Perfect. Perfect.
Yep. Daddy's perfect. That's right.
Yeah.
Thank you, Daddy. We wouldn't know what to do without you, Daddy. Just saying. Oh, and I quit, by the way. He said don't make him embarrass me in front of everybody. So I'm sorry. Everything's fantastic. We good to go. I'm going to get me something to eat. Love you guys.
All right. Thank you so much, both of you, for your time, for telling the story, for persisting and doing what is not always easy, but necessary.
That's right. That's right. That's right. Like Johnny Boy says, the lions are roaring, baby. Let's go.
Yeah, let's go.
With all my heart, thank you.
Done. You're
With all
welcome,
my
brother.
heart. I
You're
appreciate
welcome,
you
little
guys
brother.
so much. So very
You're
much.
welcome. We good. Love you, bro. Love you, Sue.
Bye-bye.
Peace.
All right. Love you guys.
Much love.